What's going on, man?
What's going on with you?
Not much. Just traveling,
Yeah.
traveling, man.
So you getting ready to start doing the tour thing that you was getting ready to do?
Yeah, yeah. That's what we're here in London for. We got a lot of little things going on here. Like some dinners, some things from some kids. A lot of little stuff going on. Signings, different little things up there. We're gonna be touring around the city.
Yeah, you got a lot going on with you, champ.
Yeah, man. All these flights, man. These different time zones got me a little lazy, but I'll be alright.
Yeah, I can
You
hear
doing
it.
alright?
I can hear. Yeah, I'm doing good. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, man.
And how it feel to finally be, to every day it seems like you get more and more recognition for being you.
It feels good. I mean, you know, I work hard to get in this position. It just, it takes a lot. People always think they want to be in a certain position, like far as being a champion or being the top of something, but they don't understand what comes with the work to keep people there
Right.
because you got to stay relevant.
Right.
You just can't do that. And, if you don't have a strong work ethic getting into it, then shit, you so happen, striking gold and making it, then
Right.
shit, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna last long. You're gonna be on the short term bus with the champions
Right.
because you weren't destined to you weren't destined to do it. But you'll know when it's for you and when it ain't. You know when you know. And I got the shit. I am the man. I got what it takes. You know what I mean? I got the pieces of the puzzle. So at time I get down. I'm human,
Right.
but I keep going though. I'm stopping.
And
I'm
then,
happy to be who I am, and I'm happy to be the heavyweight champion of the world. So it comes with great responsibilities and duties, and I have no problem doing those duties.
right. And that's funny you said that, man, because we always seem to miss out the fact that you guys are human beings, man, and you go through stuff every day just like everybody else. But when we see y'all walk into the ring, or we see y'all training, we just automatically assume and I'm guilty of that myself. When I see Deontay Wilder hitting the pads, when I see Deontay Wilder, training and going through your regimen, I miss out the fact that you're a human being. I don't know what you woke up on your mind today. I don't know what you went through today. I just see, oh, he 100%. He's on cue, man. Could you just speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, man. People always think fighters like robots, and all we do is supposed to train. We don't supposed to have no type of life. We don't supposed to have fun with the family. We can't even go on vacation. I'm seeing people where, they complain about you being on vacation. They feel you should be in the gym training. It's like, people have the whole situation, have the whole game misconstrued. And, as you just said, we are people. We have real situations. We have real lives that we deal with. Not only in the boxing ring, but outside of boxing as well, too. And sometimes outside lifestyle can be a distraction for our occupation. A lot of fighters will never make it because their outside issues is just too much. They got too much going on. So you must just stay focused on trying to build a career, and then sometimes, you have fighters that know how to balance the two. You can equal it out. You can balance it. For me, I used to use boxing as a stress mechanism, to relieve stress. When me and my girl used to get to arguing, I leave. I'm going to the gym and bang the bag out. And damn sure by the time I get in with 12 rounds of, roaring shit, relieving that negative energy on that bag, I left that energy right there at that bag where they lay. And I left, and I forget about what happened. I go buy flowers and kidneys and say, baby, I'm sorry, although it wasn't even my fault. Let's start over. I'm good.
Right.
So, boxing is a great thing. It can be used for for greatness. It's all about how you use this, you know, because it is a skill, it's an art. It's a sweet science behind this. And if you use it right, man, you can conquer the world. And right now, I'm walking in my manifestation. So, you know, I understand everything that's going on with me. I am the man, you know. Like I said, I'm the key to the buzz, and people will see, though. You know, they will go back years and years later and listen to many things I've said, even this video, you know, why Deontay Wilder, as he told us what he is and what is to come. have I forsaken thee thus far? Everything I spit and say out, it comes to pass. And if it don't happen, happen like I said it would, it came damn near close to it. And that's fact, you know what I mean? But I just thank God for him making me who I am, man, to be able to endure and handle all of these things that goes on, whether it's in my personal life or in my career. Because it's a lot, bro. It's a lot to be able to just control the things that goes on. Like I said, we're human beings. Just imagine, y'all understand the garbage that we get in boxing. Look at all this stuff. Dealing with so many different promoters and networks or fighters or, you know, who mandatory, who fight this guy running, you know what I mean? Just this money, that. There's just so much go on in boxing. Just imagine adding that on top of your personal life. When you got a full family. You know what I'm saying? You still going through some real situations. I think that's what people get away from, or they can't see, you know, because they'd be too blinded to the celebrities part of things. And, you know, instead of looking at people, not even just fighters, so I'm just talking about in general, people that have been successful and made it and have been on big platforms. You know, people look at them and they get, you know, they look at them in some type of way as if they are that we are these such special human beings. When in reality, if you just look closer, shit, I bleed just like you. I put on my pants just like you, with my shoes and my socks and anything else, you know, just like you. But people will look way past that and expect, you know, I don't know, they just see so much. Besides you just being a person, you're a human. I mean, many people do things in life that will get them to a high point in their life where they can live their life forever, you know. But that don't mean that they better than you. That just means they got to a certain point, maybe a little bit quicker. You know, maybe they worked a little bit harder. Or if they didn't work harder, maybe their opportunity came before yours, and yours is on its way. Just be patient, you know. That's how I look at things, man, and that's how I'm able to just be me. I'm able to just be a regular guy, you know. I don't want nothing else. I don't really get into all that celebrity stuff. My life is not like a typical celebrity. I'm not a bougie type of person. That's just not my mentality. You know, I'm a real dude. I like to be amongst the people. So many people relate to me. That's why, you know, I can be so humble like I am, and people come up to me and I can treat them, you know, like they should be treated. You know, no one is above no one. You know? That is how I see it. You know, you do have some guys and women get ahead of themselves and feel like they more than what they should feel like they is, you know, higher than the next human being. And it shouldn't be like that. But I'm just only speaking for self.
Now we see the heavyweight division. Speaking of that, man, star status. The heavyweight division is probably the hottest. It might be hotter than the Lennox Lewis Evander Holyfield era right now. What you think about that?
It is definitely on fire. You know, I've been saying that for a while now. You know, after all this thing that's going on, even when I hit in London, you know, and me and my driver, we was talking about certain situations that had occurred in boxing, you know, especially in the heavyweight division. You know, all the belts changing, the controversial fights, you know, the new faces, you know, belts getting switched back and forth, different things coming out about fighters. I mean, it's just so exciting right now. It's just, and I agree on that, man. This is the most exciting it has been since I know boxing. You know, I can't say too far back in in time, but I can only just tell you what I know, and it's just amazing, and it's just amazing just to be a part of it. I play a big part of this excitement in the heavyweight division, just off my knockouts alone. You know, I don't get enough credit, but you know, it doesn't matter to me because I know in the end, you know, people would say I was the best thing that ever was.
Right, and
you know.
And that's how, you know, it's almost like people get immune to it. You know, it's like the Patriots, they win the Super Bowl all the time. We saw Russell Westbrook in the NBA. He get triple doubles. The first time he did it, you know, everybody was in awe. But after a while it's like, we've seen it now. It's almost getting there with you with the knockouts. It's like it's expected. So it's like we see it now. We know what to expect, and it's not nothing new. Just speak to that, champ.
Well, I don't think people get bored of knockouts. You know, I think that's what people come to see. So, I know that people expect me to knock people out because I've built that reputation of knocking guys out. Look, I've knocked out every guy's face. So, I mean, it's like hypnotizing. I've hypnotized people to think that I'm gonna go in and knock the next guy out, and then some people just tune into that. You know, to see how I'm knocking guy out. Like, we expecting Wilder to knock him out, but we want to see how he did it. You know what I'm saying? How
Right.
he's going to do it this time. And, you know, it's just exciting, you know, and that's coming from different friends that I've encountered and ran into, just going different places I've traveled to in the airports and restaurants, alongside the sidewalks, and that's what they say. Always tell me, after they calm down and, and stop shaking, because a lot of people, when they meet me, they intimidated off the first sight, because I guess I don't look very rappable at times, and because of what I do. I think it's because of what I do. I'm an ass whooper. I whoop ass and take names. I knock people out for a living. I'm very good at it. And people see me on TV and they see me in real person, they get intimidated and not even knowing me. They get that. I always talk about getting that perspective in the ring, and then on the outside, like I'm the nicest dude in the world. If you ask me, I just don't take no shit. I don't put up with no shit, and I'm with shit. You feel me?
Right.
I tell people I come in peace until someone breaks my peace, and then all hell breaks loose.
Right.
And that's just how I am. And even with my guys, with my crew, that's just how we are. We loving people. We love people. We love interacting. We love talking to people. We love having fun. But you break that peace, then it's gonna be some shit,
right?
Some hell to pay. But I built this reputation, and I love it though. Some people would ask me, is this pressure? Each and every time you feel you got to knock that one out. And I honestly and truthfully would answer that there's no pressure on me to feel like I need to knock a guy out, because I don't need to. All I need to do is win, whether it's ugly or pretty.
Right.
A win is a win. I'll take it. But I thank God all the time, bro. Sometimes I sit back and I'll be like, damn, I'll be surprised at myself at times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll really be surprised, like, damn, like, this is crazy. Because I'm surprised, and I'm a fan of myself. Even when I watch film of myself, like I go back and watch the fight for the first time, I view myself as a fan and not just as me, the one that's been in the ring. I view myself as a fan. I'm always like surprised and the oohs and ahs, like I've just seen it for the very first time. Like I really blocked my mind out from like I wasn't the one in there. Like I'm a fan and looking at it, and I get so much out of it. And I understand. The only way I do that is like I like to do certain things. I like to challenge my mind to be able to do so many different things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Have a virtual reality of things, to understand people, to understand certain fans, to understand certain things. I even do that in my relationship. I tell my girl, like, sometimes I'll visualize what she's saying, whether she's mad about something or whatever. I got to understand what's going on. So sometimes, I'll be in a virtual reality. She's explaining things. I'm running the picture through my head. I'm visualizing what she's saying and running this as if it was a movie. And sometimes I understand. I mean, much of the time I understand because I've ran the story through my head, and I can see where she's coming from. But most time I have a stronger argument. No, I wouldn't say argue. I said we don't argue. I said I be debating against her.
Right,
you
right.
know, my debate be a little bit stronger, and sometimes I stick with mine. And if I'm wrong, then I have no problem apologizing.
Right.
You know, so. But I love it, man. This is what made me who I am. You know, put me at the top, make me one of the most notable heavyweights there is. You know, everywhere I go, man, I'm getting love, Blue Blood. It's been crazy. The transformation of the love, the hate to love. Because when you see a great man and he doing great things, like I said, we all have greatness in us.
Mm-hmm.
Greatness is only determined by service. So as I apply my service each and every time, man, this hate that people really have for me, but they really don't hate me. They love me, but, you know, some of them, it just takes, you know, it just takes certain things. You know, they're looking for certain things. You know, it ain't that they really hate me.
Right,
you know,
and that's what I was getting at when I said like the Patriots and Russell Westbrook, because it's like it's almost like now you start to nitpick. Oh, but he can't do this, so it's like they don't pay close enough attention to how good your jab is, how powerful your jab is. You know, the other little details they miss because they quick to say, well, he knocks everybody out, and that's the overall picture everybody see. But they miss the fact that what you did, how you set the knockout up, how you use your jab. You know. And it's become, you know, it's like, that's why I reference it to Russell Westbrook and the Patriots. It's like, oh, Tom Brady always wins, but it's this, you know, Russell Westbrook did this, but he can't shoot like this. You know, it's like, it's always something to nitpick in that situation. And when it comes down to you, it's like, oh, yeah, he knocked this person out, but it's like they just see a brute. And that's not the case, because even with the dominant Brazil, you set that knockout up, and it's like people miss those little details.
Timing, positioning, putting my weight down. So, like, it's so, man, you're so correct. It's so much that have to take place into knocking a guy out. If it wasn't, then Blue, they all be knocking them out. Blue Blood, they all be doing it. But it takes a certain skill, a certain technique, a certain positioning, a certain set of speed, you know, certain twist of your wrist. But I love it. I love it when they don't. I love it when they look at me and don't see the diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? I love it when they don't see the shining star that's shining so bright now. You know what I mean? Because when they don't see the finer things in me, even this small detail, the fine print of things that I do in the ring, you know, when they don't find it, then I know my opponent. The next guy don't know how to train for me. They're saying the same thing. You know, you still got guys out here talking about, you know, putting me on the back feet. But back feet is my special. That's what I do great. Come on, fight me on my back feet, see what's going to happen. I'm going to set your ass up, and I'm going to give you a speaker, kid. I'm going to come right off it.
Right.
I'm very smart in that ring. I'm very, very smart. How you think I'm the longest reigning champion? 41-0 with 40 KO. Every man that stepped in the ring, I have knocked out, no matter how controversial the fight was. I'm knocking them out fast.
Right.
Every guy I face, they got a story to tell. Whether I gave them concussion, whether I made their body shocked, like I did Brazil, and referee counted 6, his whole body shocked. I done gave people seizures. I done broke bones. I done broke eye sockets. Man, the list goes on with me. It's going to be crazy. The story, but they just even forget. Even the commentary forget. They don't even, you know, when they commentate against my fight, they don't even talk about the things that I do right. They always compliment my opponent and always talk about what I need to do every time, even when I'm working with the network. I never had a network that I've been with that had complimented me on what I do, because they can't see the art in my skills. I do so many different things, so unique and so perfect, you know, but they can't even see it. They can't even see it, because you got to be able to set someone up to throw the jab. You know, you got to be able to set someone to throw the right hand off the jab and then lead with the hook to close it. All that takes technique and skill and timing. You just ain't going to just throw it, even with the jab. Jab is the most important punch you have on you.
Right.
You got to know how to throw it. You got to know how to be able to use it as a guard. You got to be able to use it as a decoy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to use it when you get tired to keep the fighter at bay. You know, you got to be able to know how to turn your wrist when it's time to cut his flesh with the leather. Some guys don't even know how to do that. They don't know how to do these things. You can throw the jab a million ways. It's a million ways you can throw that jab. It's more than one way, man. It's so crazy. You got to be able to know how to throw that right hand, how to put that weight down on that perfect timing. You have that perfect balance. See, my body is so used to certain ways of seeing certain things that my body automatically knows when I'm in position. As you can see, for prime example of Brazil, how we got off the ropes in a matter of seconds. I was already in position. When he was just coming up because I already timed him. I know that when the referee breaks, it's usually a slow start. Right. When referee breaks out, he ain't finna punch nothing. I already decoded. See, I already been sensitive to certain things. My mind automatically calculates when I'm in there with a ring with a guy. Like it's crazy, bro. I'm gonna write a book about this shit. I swear to God. How to knock a man out. I can knock anybody out, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think that you get enough credit because the Arthur Spilker fight, like you said, you did it off the back foot. The Luis Ortiz was an uppercut. You know, Diamond in Brazil was a 1-2. You know, it's just different. It's different knockouts, but it's just like, you know, when they say, oh, Deontay Wilder just gets knockouts, it's like you just come out, the bell said ding, you came out and just hit him with a straight right, and everybody's just getting knocked out. It's like you're missing the whole process of how you got to the knockout.
Man, they miss it every time. You miss it every time. But, hey, you know, it's all good, man. You know, I'm not bothered. You know, one day they'll figure it out. You know, by that time, hopefully I'll be retired. Right. Because if the average person starts figuring out the greatness and see it, then these trainers will know how to fight against me. Right now, they can't figure it out. No one can. Right. They can't look at Fury. He keep talking about how he came back, but really, if you dissect him coming back, it ain't like he just came back and he just had a training camp and just fought me. This man had 3 training camps. He had 2 warm-ups, and he had 4 top trainers in his camp. You know, at least 2 on with top, and he had his regular, or maybe 3. It depends on how you rank them. Right. You know what I'm saying? 4 of them all along, but he had 4 of them, 4 trainers, 3 training camps, and 2 fights before we fought. So shit, if you ain't ready then, motherfucker, then shit, damn, I feel sorry for you. You ain't gonna get no shape in to have all that. Right. I only had 1 training camp. Right. I only had 1 training camp in the month that we had to train for it. And I broke my arm in the beginning of the training camp. Right. What other fighter would have continued on? You know, usually the regular policy, what they did, they would have canceled it to a later date. But I am so confident. I like to challenge myself so much that I said, fuck this, bro, on. Right. And I only had the length of the time that camp would have been over for this arm to heal. I didn't even throw it in camp. Not one bit. Because I was too scared that if I landed on someone because of my power, that I would risk the chance of re-breaking it. So I didn't throw it at all. Right. People don't know these things. I don't make excuses though, man. Right. They'll figure the greatness out, man, one day. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write about all the difficult things that I challenged myself to do that people would think I'm crazy. But I'm just that good. I feel like I'm just that good that I challenge myself. I would be a myth buster in boxing. If you say you're not supposed to do it, I'll show you that you can do it. And I'll knock him out. Why I did it. Right. Man, they're going to go deeper than boxing, but you see.
Now, speaking of that, now we see Dillian Whyte failed. They say it's a possibility it could be multiple tests. And they're saying that they were informed July 17th. That's 3 days prior to the fight. And they came out and we know Eddie Hearn campaigned against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, rightfully so, you know, because he failed test going into the Joshua fight. But he said that, you know, Joshua's life was on the line and things of that nature. And the reports are coming out that they knew since the 17th that there's a possibility of Dillian Whyte failing tests, and Dillian Whyte failed in 2012. Did you just speak on that, Tim?
And it's just sad, bro. It's crazy. It ain't nothing but hypocrites, bro. But on that side though, that's all we've been saying, Blue. That's all we've been saying. The liars, the compulsive liars, the manipulators, you know, hypocrites, you know. But so, what you expect? They trying to cover it up. I heard he tried to cover it up and stuff. Like, I mean, what you expect? It ain't no surprise to me, man. I've been saying these guys on these drugs, man. I've been saying it's more. Dealing like this is his second offense, but he the main one coming out want to snitch on everybody. When you doing it too, and that's sad. And then your mouth is trying to cover it up for you. Not expecting you're going to get caught. Man, there's a lot of shit going on in boxing that people don't really understand. Boxing is a dirty business. It's a dirty game. But shit, you know how to work it. You know how to finesse the system, boy. It's a beautiful world.
Right.
It's like that love and hate relationship, and it's a beautiful world, but it's a dirty business. That's why you got to be careful who you deal hands with in this game.
Right.
You got to be careful who you have around. You got to be careful who you trust, because it's just like life, man. Your best friend is stabbed in the back of your bed. Why? Right. Because it consists of how to put the money in your bed. Anything that can deal with money, you got to be careful.
Right.
You got to be careful. They'll turn on you quick. Even the people in your same team, people like I said, they're like family members. They'll turn on you quick. You know, and exactly. I just thank God that I got a great team, man. You know, I had to let go of people that I needed to let go.
Right.
And my team is strong, man. You know, because I understand this business, and we risk our lives to be in there. And these guys taking drugs and stuff, talking about other lives, but you ain't worried about Oscar Reeves' life.
Right.
You weren't worried about his life.
Right.
Y'all trying to get to the top, but cheat. This man up here cheating, barking, talking about how he's supposed to be the mandatory, and when he done had 4 times to be the damn mandatory. If he really wanted to fight me, he could have been fought. You know.
Right.
But he want to bark and all this, and then now you get an opportunity. You want to put drugs in your body? I don't know what's wrong with you guys, but you know, they're gonna continue to do it though. You know why? Because it ain't no crucial banding for it.
Right.
They ain't trying to ban these folks for life. Now, if you start banning somebody for life, they're gonna get their attention. Because when you start banning them for 6 months and all that, man, shit, that's regular protocol for a fighter. Shit, most fighters sit out that long, 3 to 4 to 6 months. That's just a regular day at the office. That ain't no fucking ban.
Right.
So it really ain't no rules to this shit, bro. To be honest. Okay.
Hey.
All right, because I got the other stuff in my bed. It really ain't no ban, so these guys gonna continue to do it.
Right.
Now these guys gonna continue to manipulate the system and manipulate the fans. You know, you just don't know who taking it. You know, I don't have nothing to hide. I don't take shit. I don't have to take nothing, man. If anything, I'll take it. If it's anything, I'll take it. It's like, critic, what we take? The mass gainer and that ISO. Yeah, ISO protein. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like a wheat protein.
Right.
Weight gain. That's it, bro. I ain't trying to take that to make my heart do this. I ain't trying to do that to make me have more stamina, to make me put out more volumes of punches, all that. You know, all that bullshit, man. The GHG. I ain't trying to do none of that stuff. I ain't even trying to come close to it. Right. That way you ain't got to worry about if you're going to get tested or not. You will know if something's going to pop, because you know if you should be taking it or not. If you have some type of doubt that you may get popped with this, you don't know if you're going to have a chance to get it, first off, you should contact Margaret, especially if you deal with bottom. And she will go to listen and let you know. Like she do everybody. I know how she do me. You know?
Right.
But They don't have to worry about me. I don't have to take nothing. I got God-given power, and I thank God for that. You know, but a lot of these guys, man, we got to be careful, especially guys at the top. It's so easy to hide it, but eventually they get caught. But how much damage they going to do before they get caught? Just imagine if I was taking P.E.D., bro. Just imagine the power that I have. Bro, I think about that shit, bro. I swear to God. I'm like, man, why do you do this? No, I'm like, Evander Holyfield, Evander, when they used to try to kill him, like, what they going to do for me?
Right.
But I do be thinking, I'm like, man, what do these guys be thinking when they try to do that? I know they want to get to the top. That's all you're just trying to win and get to the top, man. Everybody want that lottery ticket, bro. That golden ticket. Boxing is a beautiful sport. It's a sport where you can be poor 1 minute and you can get that lottery ticket and win it and be rich and live forever, baby.
Right.
That's why. You can be the poorest man in the world and one day be the richest man in the world, man, with this game right here. That's what we're trying to win the right fights.
That's
and then when you get right, you can invest your money and live off the percentage instead of just your check and shit, bro. You boys better smart enough. See, people worry about my pockets. Boy, I got a smart king. Hey, I'm living forever. Kings don't live it. My family and their children, guess what? And their children as well, too, bro. We got it. Man, I ain't worried about nothing. I'm traveling, living in life. I'm loving it. As the heavyweight champion of the world, I'm just proud to be able to say that my kids will be okay. My kids, and that's the most important. Sometimes I sit back and and watch them all together, man, and I share a tear. Because it's just important to me that they have a great childhood. Because I've seen so many children, and they have fathers and shit like that, and they had to grow up and be the parents and stuff like that, man. They ain't no good look.
Right.
A child's supposed to enjoy their childhood years where they have no responsibilities. Shouldn't have no worries in the world. Just come home, eat, sleep, learn, and build the intellect of their mind, you know.
Right.
Learn, eat, sleep, and be happy. You know, unfortunately, the world ain't like that. And, you know, I'm able to bless my child because I wasn't able to be like that. You know? I mean, I used to have to watch my sister and brother being 12 years old, 11 years old, 10 years old, you know, while daddy don't have to work. Yeah, that's too. You got to watch. They got to go get that money.
Right.
Or you're going to be out.
Right.
You got to deal with what type of food you got at the house until they get off.
Right.
It may be a little late. You may go home. You gonna make go to bed hungry, but I guarantee you go to sleep. You won't feel it no more because you'll be sleeping.
Yeah. I tell my kids that all the time, champ. I tell my kids because there was a point in time where I used to watch my sisters and brothers, and I used to have to make them. I called it homemade pizza, man. A slice of bread, some ketchup, and some American cheese. I put it in the microwave, and I called it pizza for them. You know.
I'll put it in the oven.
Yeah.
If you want that crusted toast.
Yeah.
That crunch, man.
That champ, the Andy Ruiz.
Get that butter on that bread and put that sugar too. You make your sugar bread.
Yep.
Y'all used to do that.
Sure did. Sure did.
Yeah.
Now, champ, Andy Ruiz, he said that once he heard the reports, he said, "Listen, I'm not going to the UK. This is why they're trying to drag me to the UK. It's a setup, and I'm not going." He said he refusing. But Eddie Hearn is saying that if he don't, abide by the obligations he has, it's going to be legal obligations, could drag out for a year. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm with Andy. Don't go. No, you the champ. You are the champ. You dictating where it's going to be at. Forget what they talking about. And then, they just say he want to come back to correct his wrongs into rights. I mean, that's being a man. I respect that. I might even come to the fight. He do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But don't go over here. Because it's definitely going to be a setup. They want it back desperately. And they'll do anything. Look at this. Look at Prime happening with Dillian Whyte. He hit this man 3 days. Knew it. But the only thing about Vada, that Vada would have let both camps know.
Right.
Who they was testing, they ain't letting number one team knew, so it was reported.
Right, and that's weird in itself.
I tell him, you know what I'm saying? I said, stay at home. You're gonna make more money at home. Well, it's on that DAZN though, huh? So they gonna make whatever it is, huh?
Yeah, it's on DAZN.
But I think it's more, it's more publicity here in America and stuff. And I agree, correct or wrong, but at the end of the day, how I strongly feel though, bro, is like no matter where the fight be at, I got Ruiz because Joshua he got beat up, bro.
Right.
He don't know how he lost. He don't know how he lost. He don't even know what the hell he got hit with.
Right.
He's going back in the corner and saying, what happened? What did I get hit with?
Right.
You didn't see it? What happened? God, he said he went back to the corner and said, what did I get hit with? Shit.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
you know, we see a lot of people come out like George Foreman, David Hay, Vander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. You know, a lot of guys come out. Even Mike Tyson come out. He said that, you know, if you don't know what caused you to lose, then maybe you should postpone it, have a couple of interim fights, and then go into that rematch.
Bro, that's the safe route. That's the safe route. But you know why they won't do that? Because they know they don't want me to unify this division. They don't want me. They know me and Ruiz gonna fight. And by that time, shit, they had to try to get those belts from me. You know what that's gonna be like.
Right.
I'm still strong in everything.
Right.
In everything. Trust me. But you know, that's the proper protocol to get you a warm up. Especially when you get. It all depends on how you get beaten in a fight. And the way he got beaten, he need a warm up, bro. Not saying that he can't do it, but we already been knowing that he's not mentally strong, you know, in the fight game.
Right.
He's not mentally strong. He don't have too much, you know, confidence in himself. But I said it years ago. What I said he's gonna lose because he's speaking it. He's putting it into the universe that he's gonna lose.
Right.
He's gonna end up losing. What happened?
Right.
But if you want to go deeper, when he was in the press conference and he transformed that energy over into those belts into Ruiz's hand, that was that transformation right there. He was setting up for the transaction of those belts to go that way.
Right.
Even in the press conference. Man, you didn't feel that energy. Shit was already there, so when he did that, he already transformed that energy over to the other side, almost signing the contract up, signing that title over to the new owner. That's what he did. So I think he should get a warm up, but you know, like I said, he's gonna have to. This is where AJ is gonna really have to man up and be the man of his team, be the real boss, and do what's right for himself and what he feels, his intuition. Because sometimes he probably feels certain ways, but don't go with his intuition and things, and want to please others or want to please his promoter or people that work in network or whatever. Because for some reason he feel like he's entitled to these people because they haven't got his career what it is. No, brother, let me tell you something else. You don't owe them motherfuckers nothing. You are the talent. You provide your body in that ring. Then we just have someone to die. For performing for others' entertainment, you are entertaining them. You are the product. They are not. They can set things up all they want to, but they don't have to sacrifice their body in there like you do. Shit. People are coming to see you. You can set it up yourself. It only take a phone call, brother. Anybody try to talk to you. It's all the phone. You can dictate and negotiate your own shit. You don't need them. Because guess what? When you done in this game, and the money that you done made, hopefully is a hell of a lot by the end of it, because that's what we all trying to get to. We trying to get to that jackpot. I'm wearing my leprechaun shoes every goddamn time I'm going in the ring. You can't see them. But that's what I'm thinking. That's all I do. I'm getting the jackpot every time. You get to the point where I'm going to break the bank. I'm telling y'all what I know.
Right.
I'm telling y'all what I know. But I'm telling you, AJ, take control of your career and do it for your family. Fuck them.
Right.
Do it for you, like I've tried to tell you before. I tried to tell them in private conversation until he turned all my conversations and message over to Eddie Hearn, and then I stopped fucking with him because I can't do that, bro.
Right.
I can't speak to you in like a grown man, and you give it over to the nigga. Yeah, you know.
Right. Right.
You can't give it over. We talking in private, boy. It's just like the slaves used to sing, way in the water, way in the water. They knew that it was time to go.
Right.
They're going to go in the trouble. Let's go to the river. Let's go. It's time to go. That was that cold.
Right.
Some people couldn't understand what they were saying in them hymns.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was
right.
coals in there, and I tried to get him coals, but he went and gave it to the damn houses. These motherfuckers, them housemans, man. These housemans, bro.
Right. And
they ain't gonna do right.
And
I told him, Blue Blood, boy, you're gonna regret not taking these $6 million out. You don't think you regret that shit?
Yeah.
You can't tell me you don't regret.
And it's crazy because Eddie Hearn just came out and he said that you know, he know that they can make the most money fighting in the States in New York. And Anthony Joshua said that he wants to come back to the scene of the crime and fight the rematch in New York. Yeah. Andy Ruiz wants to fight New York. But Eddie Hearn continues to say, you know, well, Rob McCracken and his team and everybody else around him says, oh, the best place to have it is back in Cardiff and back in the UK. And it's like if Anthony Joshua wants it in New York and Andy Ruiz wants it in New York, and then you're saying you can make the most money back in New York, then why wouldn't you have the fight in New York? Why wouldn't you have the rematch here?
It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. That's why he got to take control of his own career. He's building his own legacy. He shouldn't be worried about what others building his legacy for him, living the dream through him. It don't work like that, bro. We as fighters, we have so much control now in these times of days, bro. We have control. And if you don't, you better learn how to get it. Because you are the product. You are the product. You let them motherfuckers get in there and fight there and see if they going to fight. I bet they ain't going to get in that ring, but they want to talk about what it should be or what's in the best interest. When you finna get the most money back in America, you know, and you want to fight in America because this is your life, this is your legacy. This is what you're going to set in stone for your children so they can say, man, my daddy lost that title, but he went back to America. He went back to America for brave and went back and fought and shit. If it done right, and said my daddy went back and got his belt, you feel that?
Right.
That shit feel like victory right there. Just thinking about it. Man, I lost my belt in America. I trained my ass off. My promoters didn't want me to go, but I said, fuck it, because it's my action. I'm saying my ground. I'm saying my stamp down here before I go, before I retire. And I went back to America and I whooped ass and I got it back. That's respect, bro. Can't nobody else stand on ovation.
Right, and it seems like they're trying to
you do what somebody else feel it should be because they desperately want it back for their own purpose. For their own purpose, greedy purpose, and not instead of letting the fighter be who he's supposed to be, who we want to be. Because at the end of the day, bro, they're going to be able to manage and promote fighters to the life of them. Then the fighter is only limited.
Right.
It's only whether you retire or whether you die, my nigga. It's limited.
Right.
You're going to have to get up out of here one way or another.
And the part about it is, you know, Anthony Joshua's initial reaction was, I want to go back to the scene of the crime. I want to go back. So his inner thoughts is just like what you just said. He wants to go back there and create history. Like he said, he want to go back to the scene of the crime. He want to go back to Madison Square Garden, not to L.A., not to any other arena, but back to where it took place. He want to go right the wrong right there. And if that's his initial thoughts, and we know Andy Ruiz much rather have it here, and Eddie Hearn is saying all the money is here, then what's the holdup? If Anthony Joshua wants that, and now Eddie Hearn is saying that Anthony Joshua is saying, well, it could be wherever you want it. And he's saying, oh, well, no, you have to make your decision. And they kind of feel like, to me, they're trying to talk him out of it and almost like guilt trip him, listen, you need to have it here. And now he's on the fence, and now he's to the point where he threw his hands in the air wherever you guys want it.
Right. And they just don't know. They're making it worse for him. They're putting him through so much stress. We were just talking about going through situations outside the ring, inside the ring. He's still probably dealing with his inner demons. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that he lost that belt, because I know things have changed. I know certain things have changed. It ain't the same as him being a champion. I promise you that. You know, people are funny like that. People want to be on a winning team. People will change on you just to quickly down. That's just the world we live in. And he should just take control of his career, man. They putting too much pressure on this boy. He want to do one thing, they want him to do another. Now I'm in between the two. But he got to go with his heart, bro. As a champion, you a leader. You supposed to be a ruler, bro. Ain't no doubt in my mind. You think my people would tell me if I wanted in somewhere that I wouldn't have it there? Al Heyman wouldn't have for it.
Right.
Al wouldn't have for it. Whatever you wanted is your life. It's your dream. You want it, like Malik, my brother Malik Scott said, you want it, you got it. And that's how Al is. You want it, you got it.
Right.
Even if you don't think it's in your best interest, he's not going to stop you from living your dreams out, man. That's why Al is one of the best. No matter what people say things because they don't really know him like that. They don't really ever see him, and he conducting the business like he's conducting it. Forget that being a black man and shit. Fuck that. You know, he's doing business like he's supposed to be doing. He's treating fighters like they're supposed to be treated, like they deserve to be treated. Being able to change fighters' lives, bro. Look what he just did to Ruiz. He keep doing it over and over. Look what he did for Floyd. He keep look what I'm doing. You know.
Right.
Look at my career. I'm going to be set.
Right.
I'm going to be set, bro. I don't want people to worry about my money. I'm going to be set. Because I understand it. If I don't understand, I'm coming back. Asking, can you explain this again? I mean, you know, you can never be too dumb when you're trying to worry about your own self and your finances and your family. You're talking about can you know, your financial people, can you explain this again?
Right.
You need to get somebody to invest your money and put it back so you can put it where you can be living off the interest and let that shit grow. But when you get your checks, like all my checks go to Bomb Squad Enterprise. Bomb Squad Promotion.
Right.
Hello. All my stuff go to Bomb Squad Promotion. So, you know, so you just put that away, and then you just still living off the interest.
Right.
And then over time, as it builds up, bro, you sitting bad, man. You just collecting checks, and that's what I got in store for myself to be an old ass man and some motherfucking silk pajamas going to the mirror bar.
And that's what a lot of people they see that what's reported, you know, Deontay Wilder's going to make this, or this is what's reported, this fight is going to make, and you know they miss what you guys are actually making. And I always say this, you know. Nobody knows what went into your bank account. Nobody knows what went into Wilder's bank account. Nobody knows what actually went into Joshua's bank account, what actually went into Floyd. You know, so, you know, why are we even discussing that? You know, why is that even a discussion? Because you don't actually know. You're not there. You're not that person.
But Blue Blood, if they understood that, what you just said, then it wouldn't be no discussion about money. Nobody knows nothing. Nobody knows. You know, I don't care if it be reported, man. It's been reported many times. I said, no. But, I mean, I ain't, you know, I'm not going to be, I ain't made this or you making this. I'm just a private dude, man. I'm moving silence and private. Sometimes my homies don't even know when I'm up, when I'm in the city. They're going to just talk to me and all of a sudden I'm there.
Right.
They'll tell you. Like, I'm moving silent. I'm the type of person that give out less information. My daddy always said, don't let everyone know everything about you.
Right.
Don't let everybody know everything about you, boy. You be yourself, and don't let nobody know everything about you. Not don't.
Right.
You know, even if somebody's saying something false about me. See, sometimes you can hold things in until people's words get under your skin, and then you feel like you have to prove yourself, so you have to speak out. No, I ain't. No, I didn't. Yes, I have. I bet I do. See, I ain't got time to waste negative energy on that, bro. I let people think what they want.
Right.
While my family enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Right. Now, before I let you get out of here, Chance, any updates on Ruiz? Ortiz came out. He said that you guys are gonna fight November 9th. Any truth to that?
You know, the fight coming. It definitely gonna be at the end of the year for sure. It may be November. You know, it may be looking like November. So we'll see what happens. I'm just ready to get a solid date down. that's the main thing, getting a solid date. I don't think it's really necessarily the month, just a specific date count, I guess. You know, sometimes you got to work through different venues and make sure other acts is not booked and different things like that. And other things, it's a lot. It's a lot of protocols to just putting a fight together. You know what I mean? It's more than what people think it is. You know, when people think about boxing, you just got to think it's way harder than what it looks on things. Sometimes things could be easy through communication and agreeing on certain things, but shit, we in the business of hard knocks, baby.
Right.
Everybody got some type of chip over the shoulder. You know, it's all about negotiation, and sometimes that can be dirty.
Right. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, champ. Man, how is that process? I know that process got to be difficult because it's not like you guys are the NFL where you have a stadium or the NBA where you have your arena. You guys actually have these events at these places that, you know, could possibly already have events scheduled, concerts scheduled, things of that nature. I know that has to become, you know, a little bit frustrating, or, you know, how you find venues and what place you want to go. Just speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, man, you know, all that is taken accountable. You know, dates, months, venues, you know, certain concession stands, you know, who come out first type of shit. You know, it's a lot of stuff. Every little small thing is taken accountable. You know, dealing with certain people, certain things can go easy, some things can go slow. You know, depends on, because like I said, you know, you're dealing with different fighters, different promoters, different managers, different networks around the world. So everybody wants something.
Right.
So how can we come in the middle? What's fair? You know what I'm saying? And everybody feel like that, you know, when you're a champion, he may be a champion, you feel like you're a bigger champion than him, and he may be, I got a bit, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot coming to this, and so when a fight is on and happy, people should be happy, bro, because they really don't understand how much it took to put a show on, even a small show. And I know certain things about these shows because Jay has always been a promoter. You know, he got Scott Boxing Promotions, and you know, I've fought on them many times in my younger career. Right. You know, that's how I kept getting fights and stuff. Even when I was Golden Boy, you know, with Jay, I was blessed that Jay had a promotion, so I wouldn't be sitting on the shelf. I probably wouldn't have had, by the time I was able to fight for world title, 32 fights, undefeated, and then even been past the fourth round in my first world title fight. Right. But it was due to Jay that I was able to still fight on his promotion. We just borrowed the money from Golden Boy and paid them back the time we got finished. You feel me? Right. So, but it takes a hell of a lot, and I've seen it through him, even with a small show, man. He restless nights, hundreds of phone calls, shit goes wrong all the time. You got to be able to know how to do this, and you got to put the rings up, and man, there's so much goes into putting on a car. It's crazy. Right. It's crazy.
How important is it to a fighter who walks first? Is that like part of the psyche, you know, like I walk first, you walk second, and things of that nature? And how is that actual walk from the back to the ring?
I mean, you know, if you're a champion, then of course, you know, you're going to walk, you know, last. You're the champion, of course. I mean, I guess, you know, it's just that ego thing. For me, I think it's just all ego. It really don't matter who walks first or second. You both got to get your ass in that ring. And when that bell say ding, that's when the real action starts. That's when it all matters. Right. But, you know, I mean, hey, it looks good. You know, it's all for show. The champion walk last. While the contender walk first. You want to see, the contender first. This is the challenger right here. I see him going and boom. Especially when you're in a home. Right. His ass, lower his confidence. It's a confidence. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's a confidence decreaser. Boo, you know. Now when the champion come out, you know, you're getting the challenger even more scared. Right. Now everybody loving him, man. That's intimidation, bro. All that should take a factor. Right. It's a matter in the factor of this shit, bro. All this shit take a top, man. Because just think about it, like I said, everybody got different percentages in boxing, whether it's mental or physical. And my percentage is 96% mental and the 4 is physical.
You know, if you can get a motherfucker off his game and his mind gone before we even get in there, you won. Or you know, I had Brazil beat before he got in the ring.
Right.
I went back and studied the tapes. If you go back and look at his entries, his entry ring walk, when he entered in his ring walk, his little entries he had, you can tell certain movements that he was doing, his emotion, his face expression. He was inviting the crowd in, you know, communicating with them, dabbing their hands. All that stuff is accountable. He even was talking to his brother, and he invited his brother into the conversation as his brother, you know, trying to gave him amens. He wanted to conversate even more, you know, talking to, like, you can tell that the energy that he was displaying was nervous energy.
Right.
All over. Even going up to the referee, y'all go back and look at it. Even going up to the referee, Brazil did not want to dab my hand. He was looking at the referee to get confirmation. You know, and I remember looking down and looking up, and through my head I was saying, dap up, nigga. That's the main thing I said in my head. I said, dap up, nigga, in my head. So when you see me look down and look up, and you watch that Brazil when we was in the, you know, touch gloves, that's when I do down, dap up, nigga, that was in my head right there.
Right.
Like, you finna get this ass with me, bro.
Right.
It's over with. And I was feeling all your energy, Blue Lord. It's so much, bro. I'm telling you, man, when you come to the lead and you get to a certain point in your career, you're supposed to be able to detect all this stuff. You're supposed to be able to read body language and be able to understand energy and feel in certain situations. Like, I've been in so many situations. I can decode these guys. These guys, they may have better skills in certain areas than I, but you ain't finna get me. I'm a fast learner, especially if I fight you a second time. It's over.
Right.
It's over. See, I can change you. You're not gonna change.
Speaking of which,
I got more in the arsenal.
right.
I got many styles when they only have one.
And speaking of which, how do you feel the ORTIZ fight, the rematch is going to go? Now that you already been in the ring, you know what to expect.
I'm predicting, and I want ORTIZ to hear this. I'm sure he's gonna hear this. You know, ORTIZ, I love you. I'm gonna bless you with another opportunity because these other fighters they on some fuck shit, and I don't like it. Shit, I got a daughter to take care of. You got a daughter to take care of in the family too. That's the reason I blessed you the first time for your daughter. You know, they are blessings in our lives, man. I can relate to you. That's why I blessed you. That's the only reason I blessed you. Even after you tested positive for P.E.D., you know how I feel about that. But my heart still wanted to bless you. I said I was going to fight man versus machine. That's what the title was going to be for me in my head. Man versus machine. I was going to bless this man and beat his ass, which I did. So the second time around, I want to bless him again. I really want to bless him because a lot of people, you know, don't deserve it. They already think he's going to get knocked. But I really want to bless him, man, because a lot of the top guys in the division, they're not trying to fight him, but for a specific type of reason that they're not trying to fight him. They want to always hold the excuse that he's old, but they don't want to test that old car out. And, you know, sometimes when you're driving your days, that'd be the best car to drive, baby, because you can just roll on out. You can roll about that, and the gas tank long, too, so you can go a little bit long.
Right. Absolutely.
They don't want to take that old man out, so I'm going to bless him again, but this time, I'm just going to say it's going to be a little bit faster and a more dramatic knockout. I may retire ORTIZ with this next fight.
Nice. Now I saw you ringside at the Pacquiao-Thurman fight. And what did you think about that, man? Pacquiao turned back the clock, 40 years old. That was an entertaining fight.
Man, that was you know, I had Thurman. I was going Thurman all day. That's my guy. Thurman is my boy. Now, my mama loved him. I told her, if any fighter got an opportunity to have sex with my mama, is Keith Thurman. She loves him. I was trying to sleep with my mama. My mama loves Keith Thurman. I don't know what it is about him. Probably his long hair or something. But yeah, man, so, you know, my mom loved him. It made me an instant fan of him because of the love that she genuinely had for him as if he was her son. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang. You know, different fighters bring different energy to different people, and that's why we connect. That's why I say boxing is an emotional sport, because people get involved emotionally. And then when you fight, that's why you be fighting with them. Come on, they'll be moving with you, Walter.
Right.
Because that emotion. And
right.
so, of course, I was going with Thurman and stuff like that. Then the new generation, I want to see these young guys fight each other because I feel like Pacquiao is a legend. I don't think he can go any higher than what he is. He just stands as a sensei, as a master of his craft.
Right.
Just holding it down. That's all I feel. I don't think he can elevate any higher. He's a senator in his country. He's popular. You know what I'm saying? He got his whole country in his hand. I mean, if anything, he may be in it for the money. You know what I'm saying? And if he in for the money, then shit, go ahead, bro.
Right.
So you looked damn good that night, man.
Hey.
He beat Keith Thurman ass, bro.
Yeah,
I love Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman got his ass beat, and in fact, he whooped him worse than he whooped. He whooped Keith Thurman worse than he whooped Adrian Roman. Yeah. That's crazy.
And he's hell bent on fighting Floyd, man. Did you see them going back and forth yesterday?
Yeah, of course he is. I mean, it's money. But I don't want to see it. I already know what's gonna happen. I don't want to see it.
Right.
But and I don't think Floyd should do it, man. I mean, you can run out of luck, man.
Right. Do you think that Floyd's inactivity been out the ring, or you think that he keeps his body going?
I don't know. It's all about him at the end of the day, but shit, that body gets to the point where, man, I done this a long time.
Right.
I'm just not up for it no more. I know the money is something, even when sometimes it's probably money, look, I know there's a price on everything to get somebody else, but sometimes you just gotta listen to your body and know when to say no. Even when the money get it. I don't know that you can't resist it. Because you gotta remember it's a test. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let your money be a blessing and then in the end be a curse to you at the same damn time. See, we gotta learn how when we out to stay out. Stay out. Because it ain't nothing but the devil.
Yeah.
Money ain't nothing but the devil what we needed to survive in this world. At least certain things. If you don't have any survival skills and tactics about yourself, a man of all traits and a master of many too. So you don't have no survival skills, you ain't gonna survive anyway. You don't know how to plant and grow shit. You gotta always, go to somewhere to get your stuff. That's why everybody turning vegan. All this shit going on with these markets and these chickens and these fruit and stuff. But if you know how to grow this shit, bro,
right,
we'd be more healthy.
Right.
You gotta learn these shit. See, I like to do things that I can have and take as a survival skill. You know what I'm saying? Go fishing, learn how to shoot, to kill something. I'm a certified scuba diver, and people don't even know that.
Wow.
I go in the water and spear me a lobster head if I need to, bro.
Wow.
Or anything. They wouldn't even know that.
Right.
There's so much about me, bro. I'm so unique in so many different ways. Bro. I'm blessed.
And one last thing, champ. We got another fight coming up this weekend. Next weekend in heavyweight division. Kaunaki and Chris Arreola. How you see that fight playing out?
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I might even be at that fight. To be honest, my brother's fighting on that card as well too. So
that's why I was just getting ready to get to that.
Yeah, I most likely will be there. And Fox love me. They want me to work it and commentate again. So we'll see what happens. It all depends on how I feel. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately. So, it's all depending. But I definitely will be there. Though. And how I see the fight going, I see it's going to be a tough little fight, man, I give Kaunaki the edge just a little bit, a lot of people may look at Arreola now as a gatekeeper or something like that because he hasn't produced anything in a few years. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen Kaunaki come and win multiples of fights and stuff. So for that reason, I kind of give him the edge, but you can't sleep on Arreola. You know what I mean? Because Arreola is still tough, and Arreola will risk things. You know what I mean? And he's gonna try. That's why I love Arreola. He got a heart of gold, and he's gonna fucking try until he just can't no more.
Right.
He's gonna be a tester, and if he's considered as a stepping stone, as a gatekeeper to test people, then he's a damn good one. So,
right.
It's gonna, we're gonna see what happens. I just wish those guys luck in the ring.
And what growth do you see in when you look at Marcellus from when he first started to right now? What do you see in him? Because I see him working every day, man. He grinded.
Yeah, he on it now. So he got it misconstrued. See, when your brother He's the heavyweight champion of the world, you know what I'm saying? And you see all the perks that come with it. You as a young fighter, that you can't see that shit in the early stages. I know some that can be used as a motivation, but if you rounding and ending and shit, you can get lazy. And you won't know the principle of having to starve to get to where you want to go, have to struggle to fight the way you did. Because shit, with me, how I came up, man, you know, you had to get here. It wasn't no pretty, it wasn't no beautiful homes and pools and jacuzzis and going on trips and shit like that, man. You were grinding. Every day I was in the gym, whether I had to work a 14-hour day, a 17-hour day, a 10-hour day, or a 17-hour day, working at Budweiser. Man, I'd come and sometimes park that truck in the middle of the gym, right there by the gym. We'd be advertising Bud Light outside, goddammit. I had to get it in. Sometimes I'd sleep in my car, you know. I had to get it in. Still had to go to the gym. I had to get it in. He's living in luxury, Blue Blood. So right. When you're around that, you know what I'm saying? It's like that, who said that? It's hard to get out of silk beds when you have
Marvin Hagler. It's hard to run my,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what he was under. I had to tell him something, bro. I had to tell him. I like, bro, you know how hard I was? You know, I was training every fucking day. There's not one day I missed. I was on a mission. I had to grind. When you in the Lord said it ain't no, you don't have no space to just be sitting around, bro. Every day you should be thinking about what you need to do to make yourself better. You should always think about going from good to great. And if you can go from great to excellent, then that's even better. But every day boxing was on my mind. Every day I was training. Every day I was like, I'm gonna be the heavyweight champion of the world one day. Right. I wasn't around all this luxury. Right. He was around too much luxury, and that what had to change. You know what I'm saying? He started grinding a little more. You know, he's in the gym a lot more. You know, I've seen a lot of improvement in the way he's more patient, and he's really try to pick out his punches. You know, and then try to place them in the right positions and come up with combinations. So, you know, he's definitely coming along, because my brother, you know, he's not no fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my dad is the fighter. I get my shit from my daddy. And my daddy we don't have no pressure buttons to push. If somebody tortures us, then they just gonna have to kill us, because we gonna die getting tortured. We ain't revealing nothing. With my brother, you make him push a button for him. He, you know, he ain't of the same caliber, but he's tough.
Right.
He'll do what he has to do. That's for sure. But I don't think he had his mentality, mindset like me and my father.
Right.
You know, he's just on a different mind, just on a way different level. My father's mindset on a different level, but mine's even higher. You feel me?
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be. The father strengthened the son.
Right.
And as I would strengthen my son, and I encourage him to strengthen his son.
Right.
And that's how it lives on forever.
Absolutely.
Because he teaches me what he knows, and I teach my kids what I know. So that it goes on, bro. And that's how it's supposed to be. But you get parents on like, they don't want to see their kids make it because they didn't do nothing in their life. And that's a damn shame. You got some parents like that, bro.
Yeah.
Although we can also it, man. We gonna talk about everything, bro.
Yeah. We'll sit here for 2 hours, Chip.
It feel like shit. I'm walking around with my arm folded and shit, like, you know, like it's a bunny and shit. I'm gonna say what mama cooked, man.
Yeah, Chip. I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. I know you gotta grind, man. I appreciate you always, you know, showing me love and holding me down and everything, champ. I appreciate you.
Anytime, bro. Anytime. Y'all know I fuck with the LBBC heavy.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate what y'all do for all these fighters out here and stuff like that. Y'all gotten a lot of hate, but y'all gained a lot of love. And that's just like my career. Gained the hate, but they come around.
That's a fact.
They ain't got no choice.
That's a fact.
You ain't got no choice when you keep hitting them in the mouth with
That's
new shit, new content, new facts, new everything.
Yep.
Shit, I seen y'all boys upgrading the cameras and everything.
Yeah. The grind don't stop. The grind don't stop, Trent. The grind don't stop. Yes, sir. All right, Champ. I appreciate you.
All right, baby.
Any last words, tell the fans, anybody out there?
Hey, man, you already know I always have to send a message to my lovely fans, man. I'm just telling you guys that from the bottom of my heart, man, and I have to just gasp for breath because I'm so sincere about what I say and when I speak to you guys, because you guys are a big part of my life. I know I always talk about being successful, having one face, one name, one champion, although I went out of order with that. And I talk about generation wealth, and I will get that. But you guys play a big part of my life as well, too, because I definitely don't want to let you guys down. Especially my day ones that have stuck with me from day one and told these people just like I spoke it, I believed it, and we received it together that I will be who I say that I will be. I'm still on my journey.
Yes, sir.
Still got a lot of great work to do. But I guarantee you, for every ear that's listening to my voice, I will unify the division. There will be one champion, one face, one name. He go by the name of Deontay Wilder. And that will happen, and this I promise. So stick with your boy. Keep fighting for me. Keep doing everything y'all guys doing, bagging me up. Even getting in arguments. I mean, I know some people get in arguments, man. People send me videos, bro. They all types of shit, and I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
Keep going and fight for your channel, because when I see that, then it allows me to do what I do and be able to bless everybody. Whether you betting on me winning, I done made a lot of people rich. And I tell you one thing, you bet on me, you ain't gonna lose no money, man. Unless some crazy shit happens and it be controversial. But other than that, baby, let's go. And the ones that do, welcome aboard. What took you so long? But anywhere it goes, yeah, you took the long way around when you could have been already at the party, at the dinner table. But I love you guys so much. And I'll see you up to next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep on supporting my guys at the LDBC and all other networks around, baby. And together, we're going to make boxing a better community. I'm out, Blue Blood. Talk to you later, brother.
Yes, sir, champ. Peace.